You grab a package of chicken at the meat case, bright pink under the lights, a label on the front that says fresh, a price that looks fair. You get home, open the package, flip the breast over to trim it, and the underside is already showing gray. You read the full product name you have never read before, and there it is, right below the bold word, chicken. In print, 1/4 the size, containing up to 15% solution of water, salt, and sodium phosphates. You paid 15 cents of every dollar you spent on salt water. That is not bad luck. That is a system, and it runs at every meat counter in this country, every week, whether you see it or not. There are 5 things happening every single time you stand in front of that case. I'm going to show you all 5, tell you exactly how they work, and give you the counter to every one. The lighting in a meat display case is not standard white light. It is not an accident of the fixtures. Commercial lighting manufacturers produce and sell a specific product category. Lamps engineered for meat display, with peak output tuned to the 610 to 630 nanometer range, the red end of the visible spectrum. The sole purpose of this tuning is to make muscle tissue appear more vivid and vibrant. Industry research puts it plainly. Over 40% of consumers base their meat purchase decision solely on appearance. The store knows this. The lighting is designed around it. Here is how it works on the package in front of you. Myoglobin is the protein that gives fresh meat its red color. It begins oxidizing to a gray-brown compound called metmyoglobin within hours of exposure to light. The display lamp slows your ability to see this process happening while you are standing at the case deciding whether to buy. Research from the meat lighting industry shows that packages kept in relative darkness at the bottom of a stack stay red longer than packages on top that are fully exposed to the display light. The bottom of any package in that case is showing you a more accurate color than the face turned toward the lamp. Slide the package to the far edge of the case where the display light coverage thins, or flip it and check the underside. That is your honest read on the actual color of the cut. The United States Department of Agriculture Food Safety and Inspection Service requires that when chicken, beef, or pork has been injected or tumbled with an added solution, typically water, salt, and phosphates, the percentage of that solution must appear as part of the product name on the front label. The regulation exists. The disclosure is on the package. What the regulation allows is that this disclosure can be printed in type no smaller than 1/4 the height of the largest letter in the product name. By the time your eye lands on the bold chicken in the center of the label, the percentage text directly below it has already been overlooked. The USDA's own estimate at the time the rule was proposed: 39% of all raw meat and poultry products sold contain added solutions. Nearly 4 in 10 packages at that case are priced at full meat rates for a product that includes a percentage of water, salt, and phosphates by weight. 15% solution on a 3-pound package of chicken means over 7 ounces of added liquid. You are paying the full chicken per pound price for 7 ounces of salt water. Before any package goes in your cart, read the full product name, not just the top line, all of it. Look for the words solution, containing, injected, or up to X%. A plain, unadulterated package at a higher per-pound sticker may be the more cost-efficient buy once you account for what is actually in the bag. Subscribe if you want to save more money. Pre-marinated and pre-seasoned cuts are priced at the same per-pound rate as the plain protein sitting next to them. That price covers both the meat and the marinade, which is primarily water, oil, salt, and sugar. The USDA allows marinated red meat products to contain up to 10% marinade by weight, and boneless poultry up to 8%. That marinade, which costs the store a fraction of a cent per ounce to produce, is included in the per-pound price at the full meat rate. A 2.5-pound package of marinated chicken thighs at $5.99 per pound includes up to 3 ounces of marinade weighed in at chicken prices. You can put together a basic marinade, oil, acid, salt, and whatever spice is in your cabinet in 2 minutes for under 25 cents per family portion. The store charges full meat pricing for having done that step for you. Buy the plain cut. Marinate it yourself. The protein is identical. The only cost you eliminate is the convenience markup. The sell-by date printed on a package of fresh meat is a stock management tool for the store. It is the date by which the retailer is supposed to remove the product from display for internal inventory rotation purposes. It is not a federal safety expiration. The USDA Food Safety and Inspection Service states this explicitly. There is no federal regulation requiring meat products to carry a calendar date at all, and a sell-by date is not a safety date. The USDA's own refrigerator storage guidelines put whole beef cuts at 3 to 5 days from the date of purchase, ground beef at 1 to 2 days, pork at 3 to 5 days, chicken at 1 to 2 days. These windows are measured from the day you bring the product home, not from the sell-by date on the package. When a package hits the sell-by date, a store employee marks it down, often 30 to 50%, to move it before disposal. That meat has not crossed a safety line. It has hit an internal rotation date. Cooked that same evening or frozen immediately upon getting home, it is the same product it was 2 days earlier at full price. Find the markdown section at your store and make it a regular stop. Freeze marked down cuts the same day you bring them home. Ground beef holds quality frozen for 3 to 4 months. Whole beef cuts hold 4 to 12 months. You are buying the same meat at a fraction of the cost. Most major supermarket chains launch their new weekly sales circulars on Wednesday mornings. That means Tuesday night is transition night. The butchers pull the previous week's unsold meat from the coolers, shift remaining inventory to a clearance section, and apply aggressive markdowns so the case is cleared out before the new week's product comes in. The shoppers who show up Wednesday morning are walking into the best markdown window of the entire week, and almost none of them know why. Beyond Wednesday, every store runs 2 daily markdown windows that are consistent enough to plan around. The first is between 7 and 9 in the morning, when early staff walks the meat case, checks every date, pulls anything close to expiring, and applies discount stickers before the main shopping rush arrives. The second window is between 7 and 9 in the evening, when floor managers do a final assessment of what still needs to move before the next morning. If you cannot shop the morning window, the evening window catches everything that was not grabbed during the day. The markdown section itself is placed deliberately at the far end of the case or on a lower shelf, below eye level. The highest margin cuts at full price sit at center, at eye level. What is easiest to see and grab is positioned at the spot most profitable to fill, not the position most valuable to you. The family pack follows the same logic. The large total sticker reads as a deal. The per-pound price is the only number that tells you whether a bigger package is actually cheaper. In many cases, the family pack per-pound rate is identical to the smaller package. Wednesday morning between 7 and 9 a.m. whenever possible. That is the intersection of the weekly circular transition and the daily morning markdown window in a single trip. If Wednesday does not work, hit any morning between 7 and 9 or any evening between 7 and 9. Before taking anything from center eye level, spend 30 seconds at the bottom shelf and the far ends of the case. On every size, compare per-pound price, not total. Look at what that case is actually doing. Specialized lighting shapes what your eyes report before your hand moves. The added solution disclosure sits in the smallest allowed type directly below a bold product name most shoppers read and nothing else. The pre-marinated cut prices seasoned water at the same rate as the protein. The markdown section sits below knee level at the far end of the case. The family pack leads with a large total sticker. None of these are accidents. Each one is a deliberate decision built on a single consistent observation. Most shoppers make their choice in seconds, read the top line of the label, and grab what is at eye level. The counter to everyone takes 2 extra minutes per trip. Read the full product name below the bold top line. Flip the package and check the underside color. Compare per-pound price on every size. Hit Wednesday morning between 7 and 9 when both the weekly circular transition and the daily markdown window overlap. Freeze anything discounted the same day you bring it home. Former meat department workers have been sharing this openly for years. The schedule, the placement, the lighting, the labeling. None of it is secret. It is simply the side of the counter the store does not hand you a guide to. A household that does this consistently will see several $100s back over the course of a year, not from an app, not from a loyalty card, from 2 minutes of attention at a counter they were already standing at. The store is counting on you not to look. Start looking. Tell me in the comments, what is the best markdown cut you have ever walked out of the store with? What was the cut and what did you pay? I read every single one.